Get out of here, ball. Let's go, Will.
All right, Will.
In this RBI World Series. Deep fly ball, straight away center field. Barman going back. He turns and it's over his head and all the way to the base of the warning track. Brown on his way for second. He'll hold up there with a one-out double. There's
It's gone. Home run, Will. Good boy, Will.
So tell us a little bit about, what we can expect from you from HL Bourgeois in baseball this year, man.
I think that last year we didn't necessarily have the best season we could have had, but this year we're working as a collective to improve and be able to go into the season and start off hot, win games, play as a team, play as a cohesive unit. So I think this year we'll be a much better ball club than we were in past seasons.
Yeah. So how many sports you play at HL?
I play one right now, but I played football for 3 years.
Okay. So obviously you love baseball, right?
Yes.
What makes baseball so interesting and a sport that you want to dedicate all your time and energy to?
I mean, it's a game that I've been playing since I was 6 years old, and I like the mental aspect of the game. What it teaches you. It teaches you to be patient, teaches you to be disciplined. It teaches you to really trust your morals, trust your character in the face of adversity. So I think that's why I really love the game of baseball.
Okay. And what positions you play?
I play first and third.
First and third. So, and then like you say, you grew up also playing football too, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, what's some things you liked about football and some things you might miss about playing football this year?
I definitely, the things that I like about football are the toughness it teaches you to have, the discipline it teaches you to have, and the physicality of the game itself. But one thing that I think I'll miss the most about playing football is the camaraderie I have with my teammates. Because even off the field, I can talk to them about almost anything, and I think football brings that a lot more than some other sports can.
Mm-hmm. Was it a tough decision, to focus on one sport? I know you're a senior now. You're getting ready for the next chapter of your life.
Yes.
Was it just talk about the decision to just focus now on baseball? I know you love it, but how tough was it to make a decision, or if it wasn't tough for you?
I'd say it was a tough decision considering the fact that at HL I had a great coaching staff with Coach Washington leading the charge, and I'd been playing the game longer than I'd been playing baseball. But I feel like I had more room for development baseball-wise to take it to the next level. So I decided to leave football alone because my passion is truly baseball versus playing football.
Mm-hmm. And what's some things you've been doing this summer to prepare for baseball? I know you been doing any work for travel teams, or have you been just focusing on you with your individual development?
I've been doing a bit of both. I've been working on my physical and skill development as well as playing during the summer with the Ace Academy Diamond Dogs and the MLB Youth Academy in New Orleans. And for strength development, and speed training, I've been working with Joel Ross and home at Primetime Fitness.
Okay. Is there any baseball player that you grew up, trying to copy or maybe take some things away from the way they play and put it in your own style?
I'd definitely say Frank Thomas. He didn't play while I was alive, but I like his game. He's an average and a power hitter. He's a career 300 hitter, and he also hit 500 or so bombs. So I think that he's who I kind of look up to because I'm a mix of power and of average. I don't necessarily hit for either one in particular. So I'd say Frank Thomas is somebody I've looked up to.
Yeah. So, other than sports at HL, you're pretty active, right?
Yes,
just
sir.
talk about some of the school groups and organizations in the community that you're a member of, and why you like to give back in those ways.
In my school, I'm a part of the Witnesses for Christ group, which they do a lot of community outreach. They do food drives, they do clothing drives, and I feel like with that group, we're trying to do everything that Christ would want us to do. We're giving back, we're trying to spread His word, and that's a very, very big component of my life. I'm a follower of Christ, and I believe that Christ is above everything. So I think that that's why I really like that club.
And with your faith, how does that help you as a young man, as a young athlete, especially when things aren't going like you would hope? How do you just use your faith to stay confident?
Because, especially when things aren't going well, because I think that's a bigger test of character than when things are going well. I feel like your faith can bring you out of that because God has us here for a reason. Our reason is to serve Him above all things, but in the face of adversity, He calls us to rely on our faith, and by relying on that faith, we can crawl out of the hole that we put ourselves into and the storms that we may face, versus if we're relying only on ourselves, you can't really do it. You can't really do that as well. So I think that's how my faith is affecting my career.
And also you do well academically, right?
Yes, sir.
Just talk about your accomplishments as a student at HL. I know you probably have good grades and everything, can you talk about, and I think you were part of Boys State?
Yes.
Yeah, so talk about that, your grades and the academic institutions that you're a part of.
I'll first start off by talking about the Boys State experience. The Boys State experience for me was an eye-opening experience, being around guys who they're at the top of their classes too, and they're going to some of the top institutions in the country, like the U.S. Naval Academy, Army, Harvard, and Yale. Being around those guys, it shapes your perspective, and that trip, it definitely helped me with my leadership skills, being able to lead in the right way. It definitely encouraged me to use my voice. Before I went there, I've been kind of timid about speaking out, things like that. But when you're around like-minded people who are who have the same mental capacity as you feel more comfortable to speak out. You feel more comfortable to express your thoughts and your opinions. And so that has kind of helped me in the fact that now I feel like I can be more open. I can be more of an open book and communicate how I feel like I need to communicate. So that's definitely been a big help towards not only on the field, but off the field as well.
Yeah. And with that said, you're probably thinking about college. Obviously, you're a senior. All seniors are thinking about college right now. How long of a goal has it been for you to go to college, and maybe what's some of your dream schools that you like to go to?
Since I was about 4 or 5, I knew I was going to college. The only thing is where. And one particular school that I really wanted to go to is Southern University. They're the mecca of black baseball. They have tremendous accomplishments within baseball. But another school that I also really wanted to go to is Xavier University. They just started their baseball program, but they're more of an academic-oriented school, which academics is a huge part of my life. And they have a tremendous pre-form program, which I plan on majoring in either chemistry or pre-form going to school. So those two schools have really been where I wanted to go from an early age.
Mm-hmm. And what do you hope to major in when you go to those schools?
Like I said previously, I'd like to major in either chemistry or pre-pharm, and then go to pharmacy school and develop a career in the pharmaceutical industry.
Mm-hmm. And to talk about, with that said, it has science and medical. I don't know how much medical they do at HL, but has science always been one of your favorite subjects?
Yes, I'd definitely say that biology and chemistry is something that I really enjoy doing.
Great deal. With that said, is there anyone you want to thank for helping you get this far?
I'd definitely like to thank my parents because they're the reason I'm even here. And they've driven me just about anywhere. They make sure that I'm taken care of, make sure I'm on top of my schoolwork, on top of my baseball work. Anything that I've ever needed, they've been able to provide. Even when it didn't look like it'd be possible, they've been able to provide it. And keep me mentally sound as well when things didn't necessarily go my way, because in the game of baseball, I've had many ups and downs. And so they've really been able to keep me in check as far as being able to move forward past my mistakes. So I'd really like to shout out my parents.
Anyone else?
I'd like to shout out also my hitting coaches, Dylan Bell, Quan Atkins, because before I went there, I needed some work, and they've been able to provide a way for me to continue to improve. I'd like to thank all my coaches at HL Bourgeois who've kind of shaped who I am and kind of helped me to come into my own. And also I'd like to thank Joel Ross, who I've been working with throughout the summer, who's been helping me to improve with my mobility, my strength work, and trying to help me to get to the next level.
What are some of your interests outside of sports in school?
I definitely say traveling, hanging out with my friends, and also just playing video games as well. I'd say those are some of my 3 hobbies that I do outside of baseball and outside of school.
And that just helps you unwind, take stress off and stuff?
Yeah, I try to have a balance between those two and some of my hobbies, because I know both of them are key to being able to be mentally in the right place, because too much of either one can have negative consequences. If you focus on baseball too much, you may end up overworking yourself, and if you have too much of that, of the hobbies that you do, then it takes away from your skill playing baseball. So I like to have a really good balance between both school, baseball, and just my hobbies.
Right there. So to wrap it up, just say what you hope to accomplish this school year. I know it's going to be a while before baseball season, but it's going to be here before you know it. And how far you think y'all can go?
Academically this year, I hope I can finish with over a 3.5 in all my classes, core classes, and electives as well, dual enrollment classes too. But baseball-wise, I just hope that I can hopefully be all-state, keep developing, and have a place to play by the time the school year's over with. And also, I'd say be more active in my school, be more active in my community, join different organizations. Yeah, I like to use the organizations within my community and my school to help others, especially those who are younger than me, who need a mentor, somebody to look up to. I really like to help them out because I can see myself in them. So being active in my community, being active in my school, church, all of that, that's something that I really want to accomplish, really want to do throughout the school year and just throughout the year in general.
Obviously, you speak well. You're a very confident young man, and I know you represent HL Bourgeois in the right way. So congratulations on all your success so far, and we wish you the best this senior year and beyond, man. Go out there and represent your area and your community, and I know you're going to make them proud, right?
Yes, sir.